I mean, like, what did you expect, right? Obviously, the tier list hasn't changed much. Overwhelm has sort of taken over as like the fifth most popular deck, that popular third spot in a lineup. But when I say fifth most popular deck, I mean it's bringing 2-3 representation into a top 8 or a top 16 over everything else only bringing 1. Watcher Control is kind of falling off as a fourth deck, and I don't know if that's because people are getting better at playing against it, or if people are just not liking the way that it plays into certain styles, or whatever the reason. It's very much sort of like the third deck of the tier 1 lineup, and the one that is getting dropped most often. It's still showing decent numbers, but definitely like not problematic numbers in any sense of the word. So I don't know what to do for this tournament, Tactician. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like over the last 6 weeks or so, I've kind of gone over everything I can go over. I think this is the third or even fourth time that I've done a tournament tactician for Shurima, and I mean, tier 1 has pretty much been set since day 1. It hasn't changed. The tier 2's been a little bit of a shakeup. I just kind of like cleaned up the tier list. If it looks different from last week, it wasn't really like any major reordering, so I just kind of cleaned it up. One thing that I will touch on, and I guess the one thing that I want to make the point of discussion for this week is like, what is likely to dodge nerfs and then be really good going into the seasonal? I don't think Shen Fiora is going to get away with no nerfs, but I think it is going to be pretty minor. I think the deck's still going to be pretty playable. Burblefish, Mind Meld, and Aphelios, these are definitely like the two big things with targets on their back. I don't think Aphelios, I don't think Lysandre's going to get touched in any way. They might tweak like one thing, but it'd be like a quality of life change if anything. I don't expect them to do anything big here. So if we go down to like tier 2 in terms of like things that are likely to dodge nerfs, Lucian Azir is really likely to dodge nerfs, but I've kind of gone over Lucian Index time and time again, how I feel about them, why I don't think this is going to last. Overwhelm, definitely not going to catch any nerfs. It's a decent deck, but it's not, oppressive by any stretch of the imagination. Lee Sin's really the big one here. Lee Sin was a major contender in the meta before Shurima dropped, and then kind of got pushed out by just a more streamlined meta than anything, as well as Shen Fiora getting a cool new tool. Lee Sin didn't get anything new from the new set, so they've just kind of been sitting around waiting in the wings. And if these 4 decks, or if these 3 decks like all go down, Lee Sin definitely has a really good shot at coming up and being a major contender for the seasonal. So you got that going for you, right? Everything else is really up in the air. It depends on what's nerfed. It depends on what's buffed. I'm not going to do balance predictions because I find them pretty boring and useless 99 times out of 100. But I will be doing a patch rundown video when that actually does drop because I'm excited for that. I've really taken it light this week in terms of Legends of Runeterra, the amount that I watch, the amount that I play, all that kind of stuff. Just waiting for the patch, like everybody else. I figured if I was going to try to avoid burnout and take some time to myself, now was sort of the time to do it. So this is probably going to be like the shortest tournament tactician ever, because what can I say that I haven't already said? The answer is nothing. There's really nothing. But yeah, that's it. I mean, that's literally it. That's the whole video. I didn't have anything else to go off of. Shit Just Works changed his name. He's J Doza now, so we're going to be getting used to that. As far as tournaments you can play in this weekend, if you really are gunning for something, we are going to have Thiago Stat is hosting another Brazil Open series. That's going to be tomorrow, Saturday. That is open to everybody, I believe. And then on Sunday, Jay Doza and myself will be casting the Madmen versus the World, which is more of a show match kind of thing. It's not like an open entry tournament. It's not really an invitational either. It's definitely got more of a show match feel to it. So hopefully there's going to be some creative decks there. And I actually don't know where that's being streamed. I know we're doing it with Kazman, who is the manager / coach / player / caster of Team Madmen. So I would assume it's going to be on his channel. That should be twitch.tv/castman. I'll confirm that, though, and I'll edit the description Sunday. I think it's starting at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or Standard Time, or whatever time zone we're in now. That's really all I got. Thanks so much for watching, tuning in, and yeah, let's patch 2.5 waiting room. That's where we're at right now. Probably not going to do a war room on Monday. Almost certainly not going to do a war room on Monday. And then Tuesday we'll have the patch video. So look forward to that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. My name is Boulevard, and as always, good luck in your tournaments.